I realized in my last video that it would probably be helpful if I actually showed you everything I used. So I started with a sander and had to wear a respirator because it makes a lot of paint dust or whatever, clear coat. And I used the 60 grit. I bought the 120 because I'd read somewhere people said you could use 120, but I just used like 4 60 grit pads. And this is a 60 grit block of some kind. And this was useful to get into the areas where I couldn't get the random orbital to go into. And then I blew it out with compressed air, and this was recommended to clean. This was down at Napa, and it's pretty powerful stuff, but I put it on a cotton little t-shirt and I wiped everything down, cleaned it all off. And then any place there was metal, Raptor actually, I don't have the can, oh yeah, wait a sec, here it is. I sprayed it with this, and then when that was gone, I had already bought 2 more different kinds of automotive primer to spray any of the bare metal. The kit came with a application gun that screws right onto the bottle. Now that I'm done, I tossed it because it's pretty cheap, so I don't have that laying here. I used this adhesion promoter, this big number 4, on areas where I'd seen in other videos, like over here, that this one guy, I guess he didn't sand up high or something. I don't know what he's, so any place that I wanted it to stick extra, even though I sanded it, I lightly sprayed that stuff on there, and seemed to work. Oh, and I also did it on this top piece right here is a plastic from the factory piece. And so I sprayed that adhesion promoter all over that. And then when I did the Raptor, it seems to have stuck pretty good. This is the stuff I ran out of. It was a different kind of can. It was more this style with that black and yellow looking stuff. They only sent 1 of these instead of 2. So I had 8 bottles of Raptor and only 1 of these. So it took me a while to get this in the mail, and I just took the standard hardener. They had an accelerated hardener. That's the last thing I need, is to be under the pressure of the stuff getting hard fast, so I didn't order the accelerated. I found this on Amazon, and all it is tape. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's going to focus. There's a little piece of wire right there on the one edge of the tape, and it's kind of cool because it's double-sided, so once you stick it on there, you can pull off the other side, and then it sticks, so you can stick your plastic to it. But what I did is I ran this wire tape, and then I taped over that and down a little bit with this frog tape, and that gave me like a, I don't know, 1.5 inches or whatever, maybe 1 inch, I don't know, whatever that thickness is right there. And then I could put the plastic on, and then I just draped the plastic. That plastic is 9 feet by 400 feet. I think that was $17. So I got plenty of plastic now. And I would just pull off what I thought I would need for a side and then just tape it on there. And so there you go. You can get this right here, what I'm showing you, in a kit. I ordered the ones with the 8 bottles of Raptor, what you see on the left, and then it came with the other stuff. Just make sure you have enough hardener to match up with how many bottles you have. And then the rest of this, I don't have an air-powered sander, so I used an electric one. I don't think I heard it. This sander has held up for years. It's just a tough old machine. I swapped out the bottom, the part that actually holds the pads. You can buy like a $15 replacement for that part right there because it was all worn out. And that made it go pretty good. And then down in the grooves, it's hard to get in these grooves, but it's doable. It's gonna take you a while. And then, yeah, the degreasing dewaxer. This wasn't even on the shelf. They had to go in the back to get it. So it's probably because I'm sure it's got like all kinds of, it'll kill you, and it'll cause you to have mutated children and all kinds of warnings and stuff on there. That means it's good. The more stuff you see that's a warning, means it's the good stuff. So there you go. And as you can see, it came out I'm impressed. I mean, it's a 2003 Chevy, and you can see the dents and things, and it was scraped up bad. What was really weird is this had a plastic liner that somebody dropped in, probably to cover that hole, because I bought this truck used. And those plastic liners, man, stuff gets up under there, and then it just grinds into the paint. And yeah, this just gave my truck a whole new lease on life. So the next thing is a bed slide. I got to figure out if I want to go with the bed slide brand, or I can't remember. There's another one that's a little more industrial, a little more heavy duty. I don't need to carry 2 tons in the back, but I could. All right, there you go. Hope you enjoy. Hope this helps you. Just go do it. This is a fun little project. Just do it.